KoJack's. It is winter time. It is the new year, and we got Dawson here. We got me. I'm Chase, a.k.a. George of the Jungle, and we got some 1-2 going on already. Let's go ahead and jump into it. What do you say, Dawson?
Oh, yeah.
We've already got some stuff happening. We've got Richard with the 6-9 suited under the gun. We got Woody with the 10-8. We've got a new year. We've got new us. We've got new players, some of them, and the same old dealer. We got Tech back in the box.
One of our favorite dealers.
One of our favorite dealers. Look at this, KK Kenny right there with pocket kings. Flop comes out with an ace, obviously. What else do you expect when you're playing pocket kings? Now, Kenny is in the big blind, so he was priced in $48 in the middle. The 10 comes off. Now Kenny's drawn to Broadway. Actually, kind of a good improvement there. Richard folds his pair of sixes. Jack with the pair of sixes as well, getting out of there. Sorry, Jack stays in. Yeah. Chuck was the one who folded.
He likes the 6.
Likes the 6. And that 8 on the river means Kenny has the best hand. He gets the check mark. And he's comfortable enough to bet here. I may have checked it down. With a missed flush draw there, that helps secure your feeling in your hand. And Jack with a stone-cold bluff catcher does not believe Kenny. Makes the call for 45. Gets the bad news, $188 for the first pot of the night. It's pretty good.
I know Kenny is normally a 5 on the button player, isn't he?
He plays everything.
Plays everything.
Kenny,
he loves to stay in the pots. I know that.
He's a master of poker. He's a master of good graphic design. Look at that shirt. 4 red aces.
He's the only one that can get them.
Yeah. Had the kings that time, but the aces, it's only a matter of time before the aces come back out. And he also is a master of good graphic T-shirts as well. I'm trying to remember the last one he wore. It had his children's names on it, and it was pretty funny.
Looks like we got a flipped card there.
We got cards flying all over the place. We got chips flying all over the place. This is not your average 1-2 game. This is West Texas 1-2. And we're starting things off $200 maximum for the buy-in. But it is only a matter of time before we start to see add-on upon add-on, all-in pot after all-in pot.
Got to make your money back somehow.
Got to make your money back. Got to get it in good. Got to take other people's money somehow.
Oh, the 7 deuce got out. I was hoping to see that go.
I was hoping to see the 7 deuce as well. A lot of clubs out there right now. A lot of spades out there. 7 deuce actually would have been pretty live with those diamonds. Mm-hmm. And let's see. Okay, 1 diamond and a deuce. 7 deuce actually would have been the strongest hand right now. With the old pair of deuces, Kenny working on a, whoop, there it is. Kenny goes for 2 in a row right here. First, the kings, now a straight. Now, Richard is drawing to a flush. So we'll have to see if this $30 bet here by Jack discourages Richard from continuing. I got to think Richard probably going to come along for the ride. Richard does like having outs. He does like utilizing them, and he does like spinning that hammer of a chip protector.
I love his Thor hammer. It is my favorite chip protector in the whole club.
You know, I like Basil's fidget spinner. Very similar vibe. They both spin around.
He asks it when he needs to fold too.
That's what it is. It's an oracle of a fidget spinner.
Kenny's going to take this one down.
Kenny gets it. The second one of the night. Kenny, so far, 100% pots. And look at this, a VPIP to match. He has won 100% of the pots. He has played 100% of the pots. Richard and Jack both playing 100% of the pots as well. By the way, we're only on hand 2. We just finished up hand 2, so not a huge sample size. That's why we've got a lot of round numbers here.
And VPIP is voluntary put in pot?
Voluntarily put in pot. Any chance you have to put in chips and you have the option to not to, that means VPIP is in play.
I know I'd be down there with Ricky and Chris on the 0%. If I don't have the kings or the aces, I'm trying to just get out.
Trying to get out.
Save my $2.
That's okay. It makes you real easy to play against, though.
It does. It does. That's what me and Matt were talking about, is being unpredictable with your hands, not playing the same ones over and over again.
Gotta be unpredictable. And you got to play them in different ways, too. Sometimes you got to play those flush draws aggressively. Sometimes you camp out, take as many free cards as you can.
Looks like we got Robert coming in here, one of our other favorite dealers, playing today.
Yes, indeed. Sitting over there in seat number, 5, 6, sitting in seat 6. Fader gliding in the chat. What is happening? Surprised he folded his flush draw. I am, too. I really thought Richard would continue there. But it was not in the cards.
Ace, Jack, King, Queen.
Couple of Broadway cards coming off. Richard with the King, Queen. Woody with the 9-8.
A lot of connectors.
Jack with the 7-6. Yeah, everything is connected right now.
Who's going to hit?
And Jack.
6-7.
Jack hits and hits again.
Woody's got up and down straight draw. I'd stay in it with that.
Yes, he does. Woody looking like he's probably feeling pretty good. Playing out of position. Richard is going to make the call for $15 that Dalton bet. And there's a 10 right there. Woody gets there immediately, but that is a heart, and every player is holding a heart. Let's get one more heart. What do you think? Maybe the Queen of Hearts.
That would be some action. Richard holding the nut heart.
Yeah, second nut heart. Second nut, Dalton with the Ace Jack. The third nut heart if the Queen of Hearts comes out. Or the fourth nut if the Queen of Hearts does not come out. Let's find out. I'm gonna bet you $25,000 that the Queen of Hearts does not come out on this next card. What do you say? You gonna take it?
I can do 25,000 cents.
25,000 cents. You're on. Let's shake on it. Okay, the deal has been done, and I win 25,000 cents. Thank you for that, Dalton. Dalton, sorry. Dawson, thank you.
Dalton's at the table.
Dalton is at the table and just folded. I got all kinds of Dawsons cross-moginating, getting around.
Jack boated up, didn't get a call.
And did fold the straight, by the way. Yeah, did fold the straight. That third heart was scary enough to get out of there. And unbelievable. Jack's boat is good.
That's a good straight fold, actually. It's hard to fold it, especially when you got a flush out there and a boat out there.
Yeah. You know what? It's tough. It's tough to make those folds, and too tough for this guy right here. I would not be able to make those folds. Fader Gliding says, these players seem pretty tight for Texas. Yeah, they do, actually, right now. Now, we are only on hand number 3, so things are going to loosen up as we get going. We'll see some all-in pots by hand number 5, and if we don't, that means we're doing something wrong.
Got Dalton raising it up to 10 with his deuces.
Pocket deuces. He's got the ducks. Jack with the ace-4. Richard, 6-6.
And Jack's got them both beat now with his ace.
Yeah, Jack's going for 2 in a row as well. Hey, this is going to be the 2 in a row game. First, Kenny with 2 in a row. Now,
oh,
wait a second. Spoke too soon. Dalton hitting a set. Now, let's see if he gets scared off on this one. Jack is betting with his top pair. Basically has no kicker, though.
If I'm Dalton here, I'm just scared of 2 pair, but you're beating 2 pair at this point.
So. Oh, yeah, you want 2 pair. Dalton's betting. Dalton's raising it up. Looks like $50 right there. Oh, $60 is the bet. Looks like a bigger bet than I initially thought. I got to say, I like it going for value here on a deuce. Usually the deuces are blank, but Jack sniffs it out. Good fold.
Great fold.
Unreal. You got to wonder, what did Jack think he was up against with the pair of aces? Did he think he was up against a better kicker? Maybe 2 pair?
I think he was thinking of Jacks there. I don't know why. I think Jack was thinking of Jacks.
Jack was scared of Jacks.
Jack was scared of Jacks.
Well, I'm scared of Jack at the table.
I'm scared of Jack, too. I was thinking about playing, and then he sat down. So.
Yep. That's one way to get out of there.
Save some money today.
Or did you? You'll never actually know.
Well, we won't know.
We got Megan in the chat. Best poker stream of the year so far. Oh, my God. I am absolutely honored. I just want to thank everybody who got us here. All the people that are involved in this. And it took so much effort. Best poker stream of the year so far is the award that I've been looking forward to winning most so far this year.
In case you didn't know, we do have a live audience behind us. So.
Absolutely. We're taping in front of Seinfeld's audience from episode 113. Fader Gliding saying Jack probably thought he was up against an ace with a better kicker. Yeah, I think that is a good call right there. Ace 4 offsuit. Pretty scary. No, there were a couple of 2 pairs represented there. Certainly an interesting hand, even as quick as it was.
Kenny's got the basil hand here.
Kenny, Jack 10. Yeah, surprised not to see, or surprised to not see. Hey,
I was gonna say here.
We got AK in the chat. What is happening, buddy? Good to see you, my man.
I've heard they named the 3rd best poker hand after him, actually.
The 3rd best poker hand. Some would say it's
the 4th best
or the 1st best. I don't know. I call it no pair, no draw.
Yep.
Flop comes out 9-5 deuce. We got a king and a jack for Ricky going into the muck. We got a queen and a 10 for Robert going into the muck. Looks like Chris is coming along. He's got a gutter ball here. There's a queen. Robert scratching his face, not happy that he folded his queen. I think it was Robert. Now Woody betting $15. Looks like he's getting a pretty quick call, pretty quick fold, from Chris.
And what is going to lock this down one with his 5s? Let's see if he gets any money from some deuces. Nope. Rich throws it.
Into the muck. And Woody taking it down. Hand number 5 going to Woody. I keep dropping that. I'm trying to fidget with this washer here.
I got a feeling Ricky's about to pick up a hand on his button.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
You're
feeling a Ricky hand. Fader Gliding. You got to get in here and do some commentary. Your analysis is spot on.
Yeah,
it says, must hurt to fold that and see the straight complete on the river. It must. Absolutely true. And now we got a king-queen here for Chris, raising it up under the gun. Love to see that. Dalton calling, Kenny coming along, Richard with the ace-9.
Pocket
Woody.
3s for Ricky.
Ricky with pocket 3s. Let's see if he hits a set.
Another basil hand for Robert.
Dawson's got a good feeling about this one for Ricky.
I'm not seeing anyone holding his 3s. Oh, did he already get rid of? Oh, he's over there.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, whoa. Not the greatest flop for pocket 3s. Chris now with 2 pair.
Really good 2 pair. King Queen is one of my favorite hands, too.
And 2 spades. Richard holding the nut spade draw.
Will he let go of another spade draw?
That is the question. And will the 3 hit on the turn? Ah, Ricky folds anyway. 3 would be no good for him. Fader Gliding. Saying that me and you have charisma, Dawson. I
think
take
Chase got all the charisma. Chase is the best weatherman I've ever met in my life.
I will take the compliments, everybody, but I will also shoot them right back at you. Fader, you got some charisma yourself, my man. Dawson, you could be a great weatherman, too. And we got Kashif Grant in the chat saying, Happy New Year, everyone.
Ooh, we got a shove. I think Richard raised. Yep.
Richard raising.
Chris is going to shove it all.
Playing that aggressive, Fader also pointing out the straight draw as well as the flush draw, a little combo draw for Richard. Good enough to put in a couple more chips. Chris says, yeah, you're putting in a couple more. Let's put them all in, see what happens. Wearing some Kill Switch Engage merch. And Richard all in to call. Yep. If I know anything about Richard, it is a call and an all in.
Yep. See if they run it more than once here. They're just going to rip it out.
A little gambo. Two times.
Yep.
Or maybe they're just saying peace. Peace, brother. Peace. 5 blank on the first run out. And a 7 of spades. Richard gets there for the first one, taking up half of the pot. 382 divided by 2 going his way.
See if you can catch one more spade, scoop the whole pot.
And there's a deuce, a blank, any 10, any spade. And it's a 10. Richard,
both of them.
All in and slightly behind, picks it up on both runouts. And just like that, Chris already with a couple of blues on the table right there. I saw that black 10 and I thought, oh, it's the 10 of spades.
Yeah, I thought
Nope, it's a club.
His straight's good and his flush is good.
Now, a straight and a flush is very different than a straight flush.
Oh, yeah. One of them exists, the other ones don't. Or two of them exist, the other one doesn't.
There you go. That's an easy way to remember it. Just like a lion, a witch, and a wardrobe. 2 of those exist. And one of them doesn't. I'll let you decide which one's real. I'm just saying, I don't know. I've lived for a long time, but I have never, ever seen a wardrobe. I've never seen one. I don't think they exist. Oh, you thought I was going to say witch, huh?
I was thinking witch. Yeah, I've never seen a witch.
You should meet my ex.
I met Lauren.
Oh, there you go.
We love Lauren.
Yeah, you better be careful with that. You got to walk that one back before she casts a spell. Wait a second. What did I just say? Now, looks like we're folding around a little bit. Oh, we got Andrew in there. Andrew, a new member. Maybe one of my favorite new members that we've seen in the past couple of months. A very polite guy, knows his stuff, plays seemingly all stakes.
Got a little, no raise here. Just a little family pot for everyone that's in.
Yeah, just a little limp around. 8-9 jack on the flop. 2 diamonds for Chuck.
Robert's got 2 pair. See if he's going to kick everyone out.
No Taco Villa. Visited by the lovely Keisha, making things run around here.
Chuck's going to hold on to his draw.
He's got a pair and a draw. And it looks like the pair is up against Robert's 2 pair, which is not usually a situation you want to find yourself in. But he's going to continue.
Kenny's got his up and down straight draw. He's gonna stick in 2.
Yeah, he's waiting around. 2 players waiting on a straight draw. 1 player waiting on a boat. Oh, it's a 6. Robert's 2 pair is best. Scary board for 2 pair though. Let's see if he goes for any value here. It looks like he does. He's going to throw out a bet of 40. Now, you can always tell dealers. They're very good with the chips.
Yeah, I'll count it out for you.
Splashing out that bet with a little bit of flair.
Chuck's wondering if it's 8 is any good.
Yeah, tough spot. Is Robert just betting position alone? Is he stabbing at it?
I think this is a good information call, but he's not gonna.
Yeah, he's going to let her go.
Kenny definitely can't call with nothing.
10 high, not going to be good enough. And Robert shows.
He does show. Yep.
What a gentleman. What a scholar. And just like that, we got hand number 7 on the books. Heading to hand number 8.
You know what that means? It's about to be all in Central.
Yeah, we've seen one all in so far. A little disappointed in those rookie numbers.
This is KoJack's. We go all in every other button.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Well, shouldn't it be every hand then if it's every other button?
Every other hand, yeah.
Wow. Tech in the box. Pitching heat right now. If I make a poker movie, it's going to be called Pitching Heat.
I would watch. I actually just figured out there is a poker movie on Netflix. Molly's Game or something like that.
Oh, wow. Molly's Game or something like that.
I haven't seen it, but I saw that it had poker on the cover, so I'm going to have to watch it.
That one is amazing.
Is it? Is it good?
Amazing.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Jessica Chastain wearing dresses. Idris Elba being a lawyer. Based on a true story. You know, a lot of people will say it's in the running for best poker movie made. Of course, Rounders usually occupies the top slot, but Molly's Game is up there, either a close second or, in some cases, depending on your perspective, Molly's Game is even better.
I'm going to have to watch it tonight.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't.
Well, I saw it and then I watched the preview and I was like, I don't think this is about poker. I think it's just got poker on the cover, but no, it is about poker.
I'm pretty sure you lied on your resume to get this job. It's required to work here at KoJack's.
I did sign the check mark that said I watched it.
That's all right. I won't out you.
Oh, God.
Fader Gliding saying Pitching Heat sounds like the sequel to Brokeback Mountain. Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, it's a working title. We'll change the name to something that fits even more. Pitching Heat, maybe a baseball movie. Maybe a sequel to Brokeback Mountain. I don't know. Less cowboys in this sequel.
Ricky's 9's against the draw. Now he's just drawn to a king.
Yeah,
and it doesn't hit.
Dalton afraid to bet here, but I think if he did bet, he'd probably get Ricky off of the 9s.
He would. They check back, so Ricky gets no value here.
And Ricky sitting down with 120, now up to 193 in his stack. Almost double up. And we got Tech in the box shuffling up. Maybe, now I was going to say pitching lightning. That's just as bad as pitching heat. Pitching thunder. Dealing squadouche. Nah, I got nothing. That's about the extent of my creativity today, everybody. Been having a good time on New Year's. Hopefully everybody else had a good time on New Year's. We've got a lot of people in the stream right now. Let us know how your New Year's went. Are you still recovering like I am? And how much fun did you have? Let us know. Hit us with a quick New Year's anecdote. And we will vote on our favorite. The winner, whoever gets the favorite, gets a whole stack of Post-it notes. We've got lime green Post-it notes right here. And Basil in the chat. Poker Face Superman watching from North Korea as usual. Happy New Year. Good to hear from you, buddy. Surprised you're not on the stream.
Yeah, we're expecting to see you here today, Basil. Take some of the money Becky stole yesterday.
Whoa! And Jack with the King 8. Andrew with the 10-10. Chuck with the Ace 4. Flop comes out with 2 diamonds. No ace. A wheel draw for Chuck. Oh, Fader, you got the best story of all time. Turn 500 into 2,300 in an hour at 2-5 on New Year's. What is the hourly on that? 1,700 per hour? That's pretty good. Says he's sure he'll give it back again soon, though. Hey, look, not with that attitude. And Chuck hits a 6 on the turn, which does somewhat help. Now up and down for the straight draw.
A 2 or a 7.
And goes all in for 45. Andrew's going to call that. Pow! Quick call.
Yeah, he did, Basil.
Jeffrey Dahmer. A 5 on the river. Andrew's 10s are best. Got the check mark. And there's the end of that hand. Andrew, take it down, $145 in profit out of that $250 pot. Puts him up to $343. Now here's a question for you, Dawson. Who do you think is going to be the first to 1,000?
I could. It's hard to not say Jack because once he gets a good enough stack, he starts rolling the table. He becomes the person to beat. But Richard sitting here, he's definitely one of the better players I've seen.
There you go. Yeah, Richard on the top. Jack, 238 up a little bit. Could make it happen, like you said, once he gets a good stack going. He knows how to play that big stack poker.
Yeah, he does.
Dalton at the bottom at 154. Could be a favorite for the first to 1,000. Right now, got a lot of work to do, but double up again. You're more than halfway there. Moocher in the chat saying, let's go, Roberto. Yes, indeed. Roberto at the table. And Basil saying, Dawson's Creek.
I think Jeffrey Dahmer is Aiden.
Ah. Richard with the queen 9. Woody with the 9-7. Couple of 9s out already.
Jiggities for Chuck.
Chuck looking down at some hooks. Hey, what's up, Chuck? What's up, Chuck?
I know I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Ah. Good luck, Chuck.
For Kenny. Ooh.
Oh, no. Chuck running into it here. Bad luck, Chuck.
Kind of 3-bet it.
Yeah, Kenny 3-betting to 50. Dalton out of there with the 9-5. Does not like the Dolly Parton enough to call a 3-bet. And we are heads up to this flop here. 122 in the middle. We got a pot brew.
Oh.
What in the world
drills
just happened?
Does he smooth check it?
He does. Kenny with the aces. Gotta feel like your best.
Yeah, I'm putting Chuck on ace king here, maybe. Not 2 jacks, especially 2 jacks, and he's gonna put it all in.
Wow. Unbelievable.
If I'm Kenny here, I think I'm. Oh, he puts it down. Amazing fold. I think
unbelievable. How does Kenny fold right there?
Is he gonna show his jacks? Gonna show the quads?
Gotta show the quads.
It's a wheel spin.
That is a wheel spin.
Yep, he shows them.
He's got to show him. Oh, and it looks like, yeah, it wasn't all in and a call.
Oh, he called. I thought he folded.
Yeah, you can't get away from that. Yeah. Unbelievable.
I thought it was a hero fold.
And look at this. The inconsequential river is going to be coming out here.
Let's run it 15 times.
15 times. Wouldn't even matter if 8 comes out. Chuck's quads are still best. You got to be feeling pretty good when you're Chuck, but man, Kenny, I feel for you, buddy.
Yeah, if I was Chuck there, I think I would have just called Kenny's bet, but he got it all in and he got paid for it. So
indeed. Taking the maximum down right there, flopping quad jacks. And that's the kind of night we're going to have here tonight. I can't wait. We've got more 1-2 coming out. We got more tournaments this weekend. We got a whole roster going on. Fader saying, yeah, it is good luck, Chuck. And that is absolutely Texas poker. Basil in the chat asking if I've been to Dawson's Creek. Could be a movie. I have not.
You should visit my creek sometime.
I have not. No, we're thinking of poker-themed movie titles. Pitching Heat could be a sequel to Dawson's Creek, the movie, which in itself is a sequel to Brokeback Mountain.
And then we could have a sequel to Pitching Heat. We could have Catching Heat.
Catching Heat would be the sequel. You never know.
We got Monica in the box, one of our other favorite dealers. She's fast.
She is
quick.
Lightning fast. She's pitching lightning right now.
All while doing it left-handed.
And she looks like she's on fire with that red hair. Love the color today, Monica.
Does look good. Oh, looks like Ricky just flipped over one of his cards.
Whoopsies.
It's all right. It was 9-3.
Was it the 9 or the 3 that got flipped over? Either way, not excited to show those bad boys down.
If he showed the 9, I wonder how Woody's going to react to that with his pocket 9s.
Yeah, Woody with the pocket 9s, raising it up to $6. Chuck with the 10-7. Chris with the Jack 4. What's a Jack 4?
For hitting quads is what Chuck told us last time.
That's true. Jack with the Ace 5. I like those suited wheel cards.
Suited, yep. That's something Matt was talking to me about yesterday was his suited aces. He said that's because no one's getting out of a flush. They have a king high flush, a queen high flush. They're not getting out.
Shoot, give me a 4 high flush.
Yeah.
I am not leaving. And look at this. Jack raising it up. 3-bet to 40. Woody makes the call. So I guess it was not the 9 that got turned over. Woody's pocket 9s are still best, but Jack working on building a couple of draws here.
Yep. Backdoor diamonds. He could get a
backdoor straight draw as well.
Yeah.
Ace 5 suited is one of the solver's favorite hands. Yeah, mine too. I guess I play exactly like the solver then. Solver's got good taste, I'll put it that way. Basil. Say George of the Jungle pitching Heat into Dawson's Creek. Fire. Well, at least we got one ticket sold, Basil. I know you'd watch that.
Would. He'd be there for the premiere.
Yeah, looks like we've got a full table going on here. 10-handed table of 1-2. Would love to sit down at one of these live stream games one day. I don't know if I could take the heat, though. I'll be honest.
I would love for us to mic up the players. I think that would be very entertaining, especially some of the 5 on the button players. Brian,
oh yeah,
Brian cracks me up, man. I think he would crack the stream up too.
Yeah, we do have. That's one thing I really love about KoJack's, the clientele. We've just got great players all the time, great dealers all the time.
We're always having a good time up here.
That's true. It is a fantastic club to be a part of. Andrew throwing away his Ace 3. Dalton coming along with his Ace 9. Richard getting rid of the Jack Deuce. Surprised he's throwing 2 cards away. Fader, yes, there is a delay. We are on a 15-minute delay to protect the integrity of the game. Yep, exactly, to prevent a Mike Postle situation.
Mike Postle?
Yeah, you got to check that one out if you haven't already. I think somebody in the live stream booth was feeding him answers to his cell phone in his lap. Something like that. And he was able to, he just won every pot when he was ahead and lost every pot when he, got out of the pot when he was behind. Crazy scandal. And also, Fader, we do not allow phones at the table for actually that very reason. It also does interfere with the card reader side of things on the table. The NFC chips on a lot of phones these days will interfere with the NFC chip that we have in the cards. But, yeah, what a crazy thing. Actually, I was talking about the Mike Postle situation just the other night. One of our players said that he played on that very same live stream like a day or two before they got busted. And the player said he lost a lot of money in the live stream. Go figure. But he said that Mike was not there. So I wonder if he was just one of the few people playing, taking advantage of that, while maybe other people were in the same ring. Yes, sir. The game integrity is kind of the only thing that matters. It's the most important part, if you ask me. Do everything you can to keep the game face up. Make sure the dealers are not doing things that even look anything close to fixing the deck in any sort of way.
No shin kicks.
No shin kicks. No below the tables. You know what? I don't know if you'll get this joke, but you can't even have water bottles on the table. Huh? That's a Robbie Lou joke. Speaking of poker cheaters, there's a conspiracy theory that the water bottle that she had on the table was the source of her information when she took, what was it, $500,000 from Garrett Adelstein?
Just had information on how the players play, or?
No, it was like a light in it or vibrated or something.
What? That's great.
Or it was hiding something that she used.
I see.
Hey, Faders, I got a good one. I appreciate that, buddy.
Ricky picking up a pair of fours. Dalton picking up a pair of queens. Chris with a backdoor flush draw.
Well, you got to be feeling good if you are Dalton. Betting $17, trying to get those flush draws either to pay or fold. I don't know if 17 is quite enough to accomplish that. You got Richard in the pot calling. You got Ricky looking like he wants to call but thinks maybe it's a bad idea, but he's probably going to call anyway. There he goes. Makes the call.
The pair's hard to make.
That's true. Hard to get a pair. And Chris with the Jack-9 here. 2 hearts. Working on some backdoor draws. Ooh, a 7 of diamonds comes off.
Completely bricks him.
Yep. Does not help. But Ricky doesn't get help either. Richard stuck with the jack and a deuce. Dalton still best. Pretty decent blank of a card right there on the turn for Dalton's exact hand.
Yep. Gonna throw out 60.
That's pretty good for his range as well.
Yeah, Richard's gonna let go of that deuce. See if Ricky can let go of his 4.
Yeah, he's got the pre-fold in his hand. Looking down. Maybe he's talking himself into a call here. But he does have one of the better bluff catchers. But he is going to fold. Decides he believes Dalton. And Chris way out of there. And that was hand number 13. Lucky number 13 coming at you.
Dalton's doing pretty good over there. He's on a bit of a hot streak.
Yeah.
That's 3 hands, 3 out of 4 maybe.
3 out of 4 is a good way to be.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, usually when I play, I get 3 out of 4 hands. I lose 3 out of 4 hands. And here's a look at the winnings chart here. Hashtag winning. Chris, a little work to do, down 241 right now, but still 132 in his stack. Definitely dangerous. Jack down a small $8 up to 292. And, of course, we've got Andrew on top, up $140 right now, almost a full buy-in. Ooh, we got Megan in the chat saying 5 nights of flops counters.
Like 5 Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool.
I like that.
There's a K9. That's something that got into my range last night.
Oh, the old K9 jumped into the range. Thinking Schnauzer today. Feeling like Schnauzer is the K9 hand. Ruff, ruff, ruff.
Oh, I saw a couple aces going to the muck. They're not happy about that.
Yep. Ace high flop. 10 and a 5 in tow. Richard making a pair. Jack betting out his no pair. $50. A bold move trying to bluff the unbluffable. Let's see. And it works. Richard gets out of there.
It's bottom pair.
Yeah, not enough of that flop to continue. And Jack, with absolutely nothing, does decide to call. Fader asking if KoJack's ever plays a 7-2 game. We do indeed. We do actually play it pretty frequently. We don't normally do it on our 1-2 live stream. One of the reasons you'll play that game is to increase action, entice a little looser play. As you can tell, this is plenty loose enough. But we do play it a lot between the players, on our 5 on the button especially. It is a good time. Basically, KoJack's, we'll let you kind of side bet, prop bet, whatever you feel like doing at the table. And 7 Deuce is popular. We were trying to get the stand-up game going recently, or the knit game going recently, but did not get a whole lot of interest in that one. But the 7 Deuce is much more popular. And Dalton with the J7. Kenny with the KQ. I like it. I like it. And Woody with the KoJack, the house hand.
Suited KoJack.
KoJack of farts.
Jack raises it up to 20 with his suited aces.
Only gets 3 callers. The game is tightening up. And the flop comes out ace high. How do you like that? Jack pulls ahead. But Woody not that far behind. He's got the king jack. He's got the, wow. I was just going to say the flush draw. Gets there. And actually a straight flush draw if that 9 of farts comes out. And it looks like Woody's going to bet. We'll never know. We'll never know if he would have got to that straight flush.
What was the sizing on that bet? I missed that.
It was $40. It was $40? Who said that? Was it me? Yes. Yeah. I don't know. Just here I am, just talking to myself while I'm talking to you, Dawson. Can't help it sometimes. You gotta get a little crazy these days. It's a new gear, new me, new voices in my own head. What's your New Year's resolution?
To get better at poker.
To get better at poker.
I've been practicing and studying like it's school.
Well, that should be easy for you. I'm kidding. No, that is a good one. Fader saying he feels like Woody should have slow played a little bit more and let any ace holders bet on the river. That's true. That is a possible strategy right there, especially with such a high flush.
I think he might have been scared of an ace of hearts and didn't want another heart to come on the river because then he's losing.
That's true. That's also a good point there.
Pocket kings for Ricky on his button. Oh, yeah, he's getting this sizing up right now.
You were exactly right. Ricky had a big hand coming on his button.
It's the other one around.
It was just the next button around.
He might get some action. We got a couple connectors.
Jordan Story saying almost exactly what you said, Dawson. He's probably playing to kick out a possible ace of hearts holding before the river.
Yep.
It does make sense. At the same time, you can't be scared of monsters under the bed. But either way, I don't think either of those two styles of play were wrong. Give me those cards. I'd find a way to make the wrong play. And now we're moving on. Hand number 17. These prime numbers are usually all in hands. I predict that we're going to get an all-in between Woody and Jack this time. I think Kenny is going to see a flop. I think Richard is going to see a flop. I think Jack is going to go all in. Let's see if he does it with the K6.
2 kings on the flop.
I think he actually might fold pre-flop. Oh, wait a second. He calls.
Kenny always wants to see a flop.
Love those suited kings.
Ace, queen suited for Woody.
What did I say? Jack and Woody going all in. Let's see if it happens. I don't know that these two hands would tangle with each other, looking at the cards that they're holding. But they are both in the hand to the flop. Yeah, Chuck with the pocket fours. All right, only a couple players in, only 6 this time. Wow, 8, 9, Trey, 2 diamonds. Jack probably not going to shove on this hand.
Dalton and Kenny both picking up a pair.
Woody going to have a hard time calling as well. Got a good hand, but the 2 overs are not worth that much on this board.
Yeah, my very first tournament, I learned why that hand is called the parking lot hand.
There you go.
Dominated by Ace King.
Yep, that is indeed, that is exactly why it's called that. Oh, Fader saying King 6 of Hearts is the hand that won him so much money on New Year's. Hey, congratulations. Yeah, King 6, the suited kings, honestly, are pretty good. They play fairly well post-flop. Just tough to call a 3-bet pre.
Looks like what he is going to hold on to is over pairs.
Yeah, he's looking for an ace, looking for a queen, looking for some spades.
He definitely does not want an ace here. He wants a queen.
Oh, how about a deuce? Dalton actually improving to a flush draw. He's going to check. Now, he is ahead right now. Dalton going to...
Snap call.
Sorry, Woody going to bet Dalton with the snap call.
I love when the caller gets it in before the bettor gets it out. Oh, another 8.
Another 8. He checks it over, being smooth, being sneaky, but Woody is not going to bet on that one.
Woody gets out of trouble for sure there. Woody, yeah, Dalton should have bet a little something.
Yeah, you could see him kind of smacking the table with his fist, realizing he missed that bet. But would Woody have called? Who knows? Probably not. With just the ace-queen high, would have been a small bet that he missed, more than likely anyway. And here we go. Hand number 17. Not the craziest hand of all time, but was decent. We got hand number 18 coming at you. And it looks like hand number 18's got 18 players in it. We got just about everybody here. Going to the flop, we got 16 in the middle. By my count, that is 8 players, $2 apiece, all headed to the flop, which comes out Jack 10-4. Ricky with a pair of jacks, got top pair. Looks like he's going to bet out for a little bit of value there. And we'll get a couple of folds. Betting over the size of the pot here. $30 from Ricky. About 2x pot. And Woody even getting away from it with his gutter ball. Ricky taking down 16 bucks. And we are on to the next one already. Hand number 19 coming at you. Been streaming for just about an hour now. Thanks for checking us out, everybody. Sure have had a good time so far. Hopefully your new year is going well. It is day 2 of 2025, but trends begin to emerge maybe already. Kenny with the 6-9. Richard with the K6. Woody with the ace-10. Robert holding the schnauzer. Chuck with pocket fours, some sailboats. Dalton with an ace four. One real ace, one fake ace. Both are clubs. Jack has the queen 10 of spades. Jack in a 3-bet with the queen 10. By the way, out of the big blind, putting a little pressure on some of these limpers. Maybe squeezing Dalton into a pot. Heads up. Doesn't look like it's going to work, though. Chuck is coming along for the ride here. And Dalton, the only player that Jack has position on. Looks like he's going to try and come along. Thinking about it. Does throw out a 4-bet to 125. Jack with the snap call. That should get Chuck out of there. Chuck needs to call another $75. He's got 50 in the middle so far.
What have I come back to?
Maybe about time to kiss that 50 goodbye. He came back to a 3-bet squeeze and a 4-bet raise.
I have done that. I have done that, Fader.
And now we are moving to a flop. We've got 3 players. 0 of them are all in yet. $383 in the middle. Nobody holding a premium.
Here's ace.
And that flop is ace high. Dalton, very grateful that he made the call, but still probably does not feel that comfortable. Okay, never mind. Comfortable enough to go all in.
Jack's got his draw.
And Chuck gets out of there.
We're looking for a king.
And it looks like they just said rip it here. Dalton improves on the turn with a club draw to go along with his pair of aces. And that 8 will seal it up. Dalton's pair of aces are best.
I did. I did.
And here we go. Gigantic pot heading over to Mr. Dalton.
Dalton might be our leader right now.
He absolutely is our leader by a long shot. 878 in front of him.
Oh, yeah.
340 in second place for Andrew. 340. Now that is Texas poker. That's what I'm talking about, Fader. You are absolutely correct on that one. Giant pot. Playing the player, not the cards. You'll love to see it. And Dalton more than 2x Andrew's chip stack. Robert at 287. Richard at 278. Flipping numbers around. Now Kenny is the short stack here at 55. And I believe Jack has just added on for 200. Coming in for the max.
That was a crazy play from Jack, but Jack seems like a pretty good player, so I'm sure he thought his draw was real good there. Unfortunately, it did not come.
I think one of the traps that I fall into is I would love to get it all in on the flop.
Yeah.
Then the flop comes out, and I think, well, I would have got it all in pre-flop, so what's the difference between going all in now and not? The answer is 3 cards. There's a huge difference. But in the moment, man, I can't recognize those. I just get caught up.
It sucks when you pick up a premium like ace king and just nothing. Speaking of ace king, there, Jack's got it.
Jack looking down at the ace king, going to play it the same way he played his last hand.
Pony 3-bet into a pre-flop with some like ace king, and then flop comes out, do 7, 8. It's tough to look at.
Yep. Now Kenny all in for 55, and it looks like that's going to destroy a lot of Jack's action here, but he is heads up against a weaker ace. Pretty good situation to get in, but pot's 124. Jack probably wishing he could have built a bigger pot with that ace king. Fader saying he's scared to rip it with an ace queen because someone's going to have ace king. That's how you know you're not from Texas. Yes, that is very true. Hey, boy, out here we get it all in with ace 4.
Suited.
Yeah. Kenny is in for a rough time here. Looks down at ace-5, short stacked. You know, in a tournament, that's not a bad play. But in a cash game, and there's the ace. Just twisting the dagger, putting salt on the wound. Jack already had the better hand. Now it was much better by the river.
Yeah, but he's a little upset he didn't get as much action because of that, because of Kenny's shove.
Yes, indeed.
One of the few times at KoJack's you'll see ace-king not get nothing on a flop.
Can you hear that?
Oh, no, not that mic. Got Kenny added on for 200.
Adding on for a lot of 20s right there. And Robert, some fresh kicks. I was wondering whose shoes those were. Mr. Roberto's. Well, Fader, next time you are in West Texas, come check us out, my friend. We are in Midland, Texas. Having a good old time playing some poker on a Thursday evening. We got a 1-2 game running right now on our live stream, obviously. We've got a 5 on the button running right now in the back room. The main room, I should say. I think this is technically the back room. And we've also got another 5 on the button running right now in the main room. Got a couple of people on the wait list. Sign up now if you got the itch to play. And we'll hold your seat by the time you get here. Our 5 on the button is our bread and butter game.
Lots of action on that table.
Lots of action, non-stop, different blind structure. The button blind is the only blind that you play, and it is $5. So the minimum bet, of course, is $5. But the action does not change pre and post flop. So a little bit different than the 1-2 that we're playing right now here at our live stream. Not by too much.
And Kenny going to take all of what he just added on and put it all in the middle.
I see a trend here. If you add on $200, you get ace-king the next hand. And Jack actually 2 in a row for the ace-king.
Jack has ace-king too. Wow.
And Kenny's going to be real happy about this one. I do love the play, though. The add-on, it seems like tilt raise all in. But you've actually got the goods. And this time now, Kenny is slightly ahead. He's free rolling. He's got the spade draw. Looks like wow. And 2 spades come on. What is this?
Look at all those outs. Oh, my gosh.
Same hand between these two players, but a huge difference in equity. Look at that 62-38. Any spade will win Kenny the pot outright. Otherwise, it'll be a chop, and it's another spade. Wow, Kenny. Free rolling the ace-king. Jack having a hard time. Unbelievable.
Ace-king has just been cracked by ace-king.
You don't see that every day. Jack down to just $69. And Kenny, very happy to double up. Doing it the hard way. I'm sure Jack would have been happy to just chop that pot.
Yeah, I would have asked to run that one twice.
And he says, no way. Yeah, run it twice when you have the same hand. Better safe than sorry. Fader saying that's sickening. Yeah, I agree. Sickening and nice for Kenny. Both things can be true at the same time. And it looks like that's exactly where we find ourselves. Kenny, the back of his jacket. I would consider that excessive celebration. Just hashtag winning right there.
Penalty on the field.
Now we got Jason jumping into the box here. Going to be shuffling up some magic.
One of our favorite dealers.
Yes, indeed. And we've got Jack sipping on a Sprite. Trying to get a little refreshed after that. Hand number 22. What are the odds of hitting a flush with suited cards? I want to say it's not even 6%. I think it's actually just 3. But I don't know. I may be thinking of just flopping the flush as just 3%.
Ooh, Ricky picks up ace queen suited. Gonna raise it up to 14. Jack's gonna put in the call.
Yep, you were absolutely right. Fader, great guess right there. Approximately 6.4%. Hitting it by the river.
Never tell me the odds. Ricky gonna get 2 callers, pocket 3s and Jack 4 suited. And there's Jack, no good for Ricky. Oh, he does pick up 2 spades though. He is happy about that.
Looking pretty good right there.
Back-to-back spade flushes.
Now, what are the odds of that one? That is the real question.
Jack is going to put in the call with his jack. Got to.
Okay, the odds of flopping a flush are 0.84%. So I was way wrong. Fader, you were way right. At least that's what Google says. 888 Poker has something else to say.
And Ricky picks up his flush. Back-to-back spade flushes. Let's see if he can get a good sizing here. I don't know that he has been repping a flush, so I think Jack's going to put the call in here. Nope, he folds. Good fold. Ricky going to show it. Picks up $100.
Yeah, not that off. Only, what, 4x different? And here we go. We got hand number 23. Just taking a break to do some poker research. Not a big deal. Hitting this stuff like it's school. Have you downloaded the pre-flop GTO solver yet?
Have I?
Yeah.
No, I have not. Pre-flop GTO solver? Is this something we can use at the table?
No, don't use it. You know, the definition of RTA in live poker is a little bit gray right now. Hopefully we'll hammer that out here in the next month or so. That pre-flop plus and that post-flop plus. Good way to quiz yourself.
Robert's got queen 10. Do you think he threw it? That's the best hand he's looked at tonight.
He has had a hard time with this deck. I do agree with that.
Jack with the 7 deuce, but it's not suited. Where do we see what hand this is? Let's see.
Yeah, Fader saying no one wants to see any of that at the poker tables yet. No one wants to see charts or apps when they're sitting across from you.
Wasn't last WSOP, wasn't there the guy that won was just walking over to his buddies that were
on the laptops?
That's wild, man.
That is wild.
I heard they took away all phones from people in the audience, everything. No one's allowed to have any of it.
Good. Get that out of there. Live poker needs to be played with people. Keep the cyborgs out. That's my new catchphrase.
I heard that's a big problem with online play as well.
Absolutely. You don't know who are the bots and who are not.
Ace 2 for Chris.
Ace right there on the river. Chris pulls way ahead.
Graphics are catching up here. like Chuck put out 15 for the river.
Chris probably going to be raising. Well, it looks like Chuck checked. Chris bets.
Oh, I see. I see.
Now Chuck in the hot seat here. $56 behind. Going to have to call about a quarter of his stack if he wants to see, but he does not.
Thank you for joining us, Fader. Hope you
Yes.
have a great rest of your day.
Fader, enjoy. Thanks for being the chat pro of the stream. We very much appreciate it. Come check us out at KoJack's. I would love to shake your hand, my friend. Can't wait to see you on the next one, buddy. Just got my prescriptions from CVS. Everything is getting more expensive. $90. $90.
Out of pocket?
For a little bit of antibiotics. Doesn't that stuff grow out of bread? Why is it so expensive?
Ooh, look at these hands.
Robert looking down at the pocket tens. Chuck holding one of his outs, though. He's got an ace 10 here. Going to 3-bet next to act. Never feels good looking down at that sequence of events happening. And Woody with the ace-queen suited here. Unbelievable set of starting hands here. There we go. Flop comes out. Ace high. Ace 9-4. Woody now best with his ace queen kicker. Going all in. Robert knows he is not best. Gets way out of there. Chuck thinking about it. He's got a good ace. Ace 10, a decent ace. Chuck with $63 behind, betting 25. Already 191 in the pot. And it looks like a call. Chuck needs some help here. Ace queen versus ace 10 on an ace high flop. Chuck down to just one out. Robert folded 2 of the 10s. Now Chuck looking for the case 10, and there it is on the river. Unbelievable. Chuck pulls ahead. Good luck. Chuck cannot be stopped. Unreal. Down to a single out. And he takes it down just in time. Woody not feeling great about that one. Looks like he has made his exit from the table. I do not blame him. That was fairly disgusting. Pretty gross is what that was. Pretty gross. We got a comment in the chat. Pocket 10s are sick. Yeah. Pocket 10s are sick. Almost as difficult to play as Pocket Jacks. And even more sick when they are 2 of your opponent's outs and he still gets there by the river. Now we are moving on to the next hand here. We're at hand number 25. Chris with the tray deuce. Yeah, it looks like Chuck is under the gun here.
1, 2, 2.
Kenny with the ace-4, Andrew with the queen-jack, and Richard with the eight-tray.
A lot of aces. All the aces.
Looks like all of them by my count.
Only one suited.
There are 4 aces in this deck, for anybody curious. That's the standard number of aces.
Yep. Let's see if anyone catches one on the flop. I'm willing to bet 25,000.
25,000.
Catches an ace.
You still owe me 25,000 cents from the last bet. Thanks for reminding me. Andrew with the queen-jack here. Up and down straight draw. There's a 5 on the turn. Doesn't look like it's any help for anybody.
Who's the aggressor? Kenny?
Kenny going for it. Betting out $15. Let's see if Andrew wants to call with his up and down straight draw. I would. And he does. Richard getting out of there. Ricky getting out of there. Robert getting out of there. Chuck, see you later. Jack, bye-bye. We are now heads up. And the last card is a 2 on the river. Kenny with the check mark. Ace high. Andrew showing his hand and says, yeah, you're probably good. Good job. Love the sportsmanship of this game. You congratulate the guy who just took money from you.
Yeah.
In what world does that make sense? I guess only in the poker world. And now, hand number 26. Got a little small, big, I guess, huh?
Just keeping the dealer on their toes.
Yes, indeed. And here we go, on to the next one. Number 26. We made it through 26 hands. We've been streaming for about an hour. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out. This is probably the first 1-2 live stream in all of Texas. Thank you for being here on this historic day. Congratulations for finding our stream, for watching us, and keeping up with us for the past hour or so. Hey, we've had a good time watching some poker. Hopefully you've had a good time watching some poker as well. If you want to have a good time playing some poker, come check us out. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on for the new year. Got a free roll tournament going on for tomorrow. We've got a freeze out on Saturday. We've got believe it's a deep stack tournament on Sunday. All kinds of different buy-ins, all kinds of different structures here at KoJack's.
Did you hear who won the last Friday free roll?
Was it you?
It was.
What?
I got off early. Robert talked me into it.
What?
We ended up chopping, but
you made it all the way. Yeah. No, I actually did know that. Congratulations, man. Good job.
Appreciate that. It was fun. I don't like tournaments as much as cash, but it is fun when the cards are hitting.
That's true. It's fun when you're winning. We got OP Straight Facts right there in the chat. Saying, yo, what up? Then we got more Derry saying thank you, which I will reply, thank you. Congratulations on finding the stream, but more importantly, thanks for watching and checking us out. Very sincere thank you. The reason that we put on these live streams is for you, for the viewers. So thanks for checking us out, leaving likes, leaving comments. We very much appreciate it. And it just means we'll be able to do more in the future of them. Yeah, it looks like Ricky taking down that last pot with pocket eights.
Happy New Year's, Justin.
Hey, we got Justin Caldwell in the chat. Happy New Year's, my man. Can't wait to see you come play once again. Hopefully, you'll be back very soon. And we're shuffling up hand number 27. Not a prime number, but might as well be. It ends in a 7. Let's see if this one is a big one. My theory is that prime number hands are big ones, all-in type of hands. Let's see if this one disappoints us or if we see a 4-way all-in here by the river. Jack, first to act, raising, probably to 25.
Got to let the dealer know. Can't just throw the one chip out.
Justin said he was there New Year's Eve /day Boy, that was wild. What a wild time to be alive and be playing poker. Every single one of our tables was full.
It was a busy day. It was fun. It was really fun.
We gave away some money, had some tournaments.
Gave away some alcohol.
Gave away some alcohol.
Wheel.
Love that.
Miss Debbie was...
Debbie was having a good time, huh? Love that.
Ooh, Kenny drills a straight.
And look at this, just flopping the straight.
He's going to check it.
A 6 of hearts comes off on the turn. Could be a card that Kenny could use to capitalize, make a little extra value. But Jack is first to act in. It looks like he's betting out $35.
Jack and Chuck both holding a pair of jacks. They're probably not going anywhere.
Yep.
Depending on Kenny's sizing. Oh, he just calls.
Just making the smooth call. Ooh. Chuck does get out of there with the superior pair of jacks. And the river card, a 5 of hearts. Backdoor flush does come through. Let's see if it scares either player from betting. Kenny doesn't care. He's going to bet out $50.
If I'm Jack here, see, this is why I'm still learning a lot, because I might rep a
100.
flush there if I'm Jack.
Well, it's going to be tough to do when the bet size is your stack.
Yeah.
Yeah, OP straight facts saying, yeah, played too slow. Totally agree with you there. What a flop indeed. And it looks like Kenny is not able to squeeze any more value out on the river. Jack just folds right there. What a flop. Crazy. Gotta feel good when you look down at that Queen 10, though.
Flopping the nuts is always welcome in my books.
Flopping the nuts. I would rather turn the nuts.
You'd rather turn the nuts?
I would rather turn the nuts. I don't want to river the nuts because then everybody makes fun of you. Oh, yeah, nothing on the river.
That is true.
But if you turn the nuts, maybe somebody who flopped the nuts, maybe they're attached to their hand. It's one thing about nuts.
Oh, there's some
aces.
aces.
There's pocket rockets for Andrew.
Ticket size in the 15. I like to 10x my aces because I don't like them getting cracked. Get everyone out of the pot. I'll take my blinds.
That is one way to do it. Bird in the hand is worth blinds in the bush. Dalton with the ace queen in trouble here. Just going to smooth call the 15, though. Probably for the best from his position. And it looks like...
Jack gets rid of...
Oh, no, he does. 3-bet to 65. And Andrew, snap call 50. If you're Richard, you got to be thinking, that's a lot of strength right there.
Yeah. He puts in the call, though. It's a hand that could crack it.
It does. It does look like one of those crack the aces hands. Robert, looking down at sailboats, not quite the crack the aces type of holding that you want to have. He does fold. Chuck with the 4-3, even worse than the pocket fours. Let's see if he's got any gamble in him. Good luck, Chuck. So far, has been able to pull out a victory in a lot of these all-in behind situations. But this time decides to fold. And we're 3 players. One of these things is not like the other. Justin in the chat saying the 4 is going to come. Uh-oh. That could be bad news.
7-4.
Oh, no 4 right there. Not yet, Justin. You're not out of the woods yet. The case 4 is still in the deck somewhere. And Dalton just betting out $50 right away. Andrew deciding, am I up against a set or should I pile chips into this pot right now?
I raise here for sure. That's a nice looking flop for aces.
You know, I hit a flop like that with pocket aces. I went all in for about $3,000. 4 players. Snap call. Both of them turned over sets.
Oh. I think that's what Basil would call it, a cooler.
That is the coolest cooler. It was set over aces, and somebody scooped 9K right out of there. Ooh. Andrew raises to 100. Dalton calls 100. We're off to a turn, but we're 2 ways now. We did get 1 fold. And that turn card is a 6 of spades.
Gonna lock it up.
Not exactly a blank.
Yep,
Does bring in a couple of straights, but Dalton's going to check. Andrew's going all in. Dalton has to decide, does he believe his opponent or not?
Going through all the possible combinations.
He's got one of the better bluff catchers, but even that, not a great bluff catcher. No pair, no draw. Unblocking the flush draws. 2 overcards. You're unblocking kings, you're unblocking jacks, you're unblocking tens. You're even unblocking diamonds. Dalton has got a lot to decide on here. Basil in the chat appropriately commenting, poker is so sick. And Dalton, one of the bigger stacks at the table, 674 in front of him. He didn't get to a stack that size by making such loose calls. Let's see if he finds the fold button here. He's holding some chips in his hand.
As Duplantis says, you know what's free to fold.
He's out of there. He does make the fold. Andrew saying, do you want to see?
Aces.
And he shows just like a gentleman.
It's always nice to ask if they want to see it. I feel like if I put my hand in someone's face, can come off a little rude. So I guess asking if they want to see it is always nice.
Yeah, a little point of etiquette right there. Very true. You don't want to act like you're rubbing it in.
Yeah, especially with a bluff.
Yep. And Jack comes back with another hundo.
Looks like Andrew and Dalton are big winners right now.
So far, so good for Andrew and Dalton. Andrew up $394 on the session.
Ooh, Kenny might be doing pretty good. That looks like a stack of greens right there.
Ricky actually doing very well for himself as well. Up 238 on the session. He's got about 358 in front of him.
Let's go, Ricky.
Here's a look at that leaderboard. Showing off the chip change. Jack having a hard time with these cards. Playing well, but has been coolered at least twice by my definition of cooler. In this hour and a half that we've been streaming. And Ricky with the king 6 of hearts. Robert with the queen 4.
Who's that? King 6 suited.
There it is again.
King 7 suited.
Chuck just notching out Ricky. And here we go. $10 in the middle. 5 players.
Ooh,
what is that flop?
Chuck flops the boat.
Good luck, Chuck. Like you need it. Chuck cannot stop here. And Ricky betting out.
Lux is king.
Chuck, snap call. Jack, snap fold. We're heads up now. And there's an 8. It is a heart. Ricky drawing dead, though. Well, almost drawing dead.
What can he get here? A king?
Looking for another king, I think it would tie.
No heart. It's probably going to save Ricky some money here.
Chuck going for a little extra value. Thin value, $20 right there. Trying to get any call he can, and he does. Ricky makes the call. Chuck chipping up. Shows the boat.
That's always the hope with any 2 cards, right? You can always flop a boat. You always flop quads.
It is entirely possible. Add that to the flop count. Chuck flopping quad jacks, flopping 7s full of kings. There it is. Chuck running over the luck in this game, running like God. And the button moves. Now Kenny in the small blind. The puts Richard first to act. He's under the gun this time. Been streaming for about an hour and a half. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Still got a lot of viewers here in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from and where you were at on New Year's Eve.
And what your resolutions are.
Sure. Yeah, let us know if you're going to stick to your resolutions. I'm going to put no. Put 1 in the chat for sticking to the resolutions. Put 2 in the chat for I don't care. And put 3 in the chat for I'm not going to stick to them. Not even going to try.
Or a 4 if you didn't even make one.
There you go. You got options, everybody.
Dalton picking up the Basil hand suited. King Jack, or King 10 for Jack. Queen Jack for Chris. Ace 10. Oh, some good hands in here.
Chuck looking down at a call right now, facing a raise. Let's see if Chuck decides to continue on and flop another boat.
Is that the same hand Ricky just had? No, he had hearts last time.
Yeah, had hearts, yeah. Now we are going to the flop. We got 93 in the middle this time. Much bigger pot. Still comes out king high, though. King 8-4. Ricky with the king 6. He's got a pair of kings. Jack with a better pair of kings.
Jack going to be the aggressor here on the button as he should.
I like Dalton's hand right now. I'm feeling like that might be the winner by the end of this.
Yep, with a backdoor flush. Got the...
Chuck gets out of there. Didn't flop a boat. Don't care about the rest of the cards. Too busy sipping his water over there. And there's an ace on the turn. Dalton improves to a Broadway draw. Jack with a pair of kings. Still best technically. Until this river comes out. It's a 3. Never mind. Dalton does not pull ahead. Jack gets the check mark.
That they are, Chris.
Chris in the chat saying New Year's resolutions are made to be broken. Yep, that is true. Just like my scale, am I right? Jack decides not to value bet here on the river. Scared of the ace, turns over his hand unsuredly. He's still best, though.
Pair of kings sucks when there's an ace on the board. You are scared of an ace.
And he's got the grin of a surprise pot pushing his way. And here we go, hand number 31. Thanks again for checking us out. The first 1-2 live stream of the new year. My New Year's resolution is to keep kicking ass. Keep taking names. Stay about as good as I am at poker, which is not very. And maybe do laundry a little bit more often. Like once a week, sometimes just not enough. I hate laundry, though. Laundry is my nemesis.
Whenever the basket's about halfway full, do a load.
I feel like I'm wasting water, wasting detergent. Robert wasting those jack nines, throwing them all in. And by that, I mean all in the muck. And we got Daniel in the chat, Mr. Cube himself, asking where you at, Basil. Basil is watching from North Korea.
I'd wager North Korea, yep.
But surprised, he can usually watch from North Korea and play the live stream at the same time. Oh, yeah. Somehow he is not able to pull that off this week. Flop comes out all diamonds. Look at that. No player holding a diamond. But that is going to be scary for just about everybody.
Yeah, that's 3 diamonds is what I lost money on last night.
Yep, that'll get you.
Flushes are scary. Chuck bets his queen. Jack calls it. Richard's thinking about calling it. Or maybe raising here. This top pair. Just puts in the call.
Justin in the chat, giving laundry advice. Thank you, man. Says smaller loads with less detergent, so it's the same that way. I always fill the cup up no matter what. I got some strange tendencies, my man. You ever see the video of the dog where they put the camera on his collar and they let him off and he immediately runs into a mud puddle?
Oh, God, I think I have seen that. I've been watching this one that he puts the GoPros on the cats.
Yeah, that's my life. I run to the first mud puddle I can find. And look at this, Richard notching Jack out. Jack just having a hard time with this deck. Ace 9 versus Ace 8. Couldn't even secure a chop by the river.
Beat by one number.
By just that much. And Richard taking down the check mark here. Jason shuffling up hand number 32. Or wait, nope, it's going to be Joey shuffling up hand number 32, one of my favorite dealers. And Joey now sitting in the box, man bun atop his head, ready to deal out heat. Daniel saying, save me a seat. I will do just that. I'll put your name on the list, buddy.
See if Robert can pick up a hand and maybe win a good pot here, or if the dealer on dealer crime will continue. Yep, picks up King 10, suited. Just going to put in the call. Got everyone dominated so far. Bunch of connectors. Richard with the suited connectors, Chuck with the suited connectors. Jack with the unsuited connectors. Looks like Robert puts in the call. 5-6 is just not in my raise range. Flop comes 10, Queen 9. Robert picking up the 10. No one holding the Queen. And Ace. That's a scary card. Robert hoping for a Jack for his straight. No one holding 2 clubs. Chuck is holding 2 hearts. And Chuck has been running extremely lucky tonight. So I would not doubt seeing a heart on the river. Richard with the 3%. Looks like he is out. And Robert gonna make a raise. Showing a call, but that is a raise to 55. And Chuck snaps it off. 2 ways to a river. Chuck hoping for a heart here. And it does not come. Robert gonna hold it. All in, snap fold.
All right, what did I just walk back into? Good luck, Chuck. Lost a pot for the first time all night.
The heart did not come.
Yeah, Robert taking it down right there, stacking chips like a maniac.
It's so fun stacking chips after you win. Hands be shaking
a
little bit.
Chuck and Robert sharing a laugh. Again, I just, the amount of sportsmanship in this game in general, but especially here at KoJack's.
At KoJack's, yeah.
It's crazy.
No one wants to sit at a table with some animosity going around. It's just everyone just be nice. Have a good time. We're all playing a game. Let's see what kind of cards Joey's pitching here.
Joey he's pitching some maniac cards.
Heat? Would you say he's pitching heat?
He's pitching heat. K9 for Chuck the Schnauzer. Chris with the 7-4, 10-8, Jack 6 for Jack. Anytime Jack has a Jack in his hand, I feel like we're in the right place in the universe.
Ricky letting go of his Queen 8.
What's the name?
7-4 suited has the raise. Interesting. No help there to anybody. You got the straight draw for Andrew, actually. Or the flush draw, I'm sorry. Robert getting out, Dalton getting out. Chris calls. Chris is calling. 7-4. Now he's looking for a 6. And King High is going to take this board. Let's see if there's any betting. Nope, check. Andrew going to throw out some chips with King High. Chris is beat by like everything here. He's going to fold, right? Yep, there's the fold. Andrew picking up $43. A win is a win.
All right, we got hand number 33 out of the way. Hand number 34.
We will be notifying Charlie about that fold.
Yeah, Justin, thank you for pointing that out.
One, yeah.
5-3 is the strongest hand in poker. Charlie will never, ever let that die.
Chris picking up 7-4 again, but it is not suited this time. He's not going to play it.
And Andrew with ace-queen. This could be 2 in a row here, I think.
Richard with 2 cards.
Richard buying in for 1 or 2.
Chuck with the kings. Chuck is picking up heat. Joey is pitching heat. Chuck is catching heat. 3.
It's a trilogy. And look at this. Another ace-queen for Robert.
I feel like Richard has an ace in his hand.
Richard, the thing about Richard is he plays every hand like he has an ace in his hand.
He does. You know who can't get away from aces is Paul. If he has an ace, he is in there all the time.
Yeah, I'm always in with the ace of spades. If I'm Andrew, I'm going all in every time. But maybe it's a good thing he did not. Chuck's kings are still best. Betting $50. Andrew thinking about making a call here with the ace of spades, though going to be tough to use that as a bluff card. Chuck only has 42 behind. Does bet 50, or make the call, sorry, for 50. Richard getting out of there. If he does have an ace, it's not an ace-9, an ace-8, or an ace-4. Robert's ace-queen now put to the test. And he does fold.
That was a great fold. I couldn't even.
I got to play poker with you, Dawson, one of these days. You name the stakes, I'll be there.
Ooh.
And there's a king right there on the turn. Chuck with the check mark. Not the card Andrew wants to see. Andrew now with the flush blocker here, the ace of spades, but not going to make it happen. Adrian Marquez in the chat saying he is here. It's about time, my man. Good to hear from you, buddy. Happy New Year. Hope all is well. We've been streaming for about an hour and 40 minutes now. We are going to be coming to a close here in about 20 minutes, so we've still got a lot of hands to go through. Got a lot of action. I think we'll see 2 more all-in pots here before this stream cuts off. Adrian saying he hopes we had a happy new year. Yes, indeed. It was excellent.
A great time here.
Hopefully you had a happy new year also. Hopefully it was as happy as ours.
Jack throws away the jack.
Kenny throws away the 3 deuce. He's going to try and make that rhyme with his name, but that didn't work. Andrew with the pocket 9s here. Just getting pretty good hand after a pretty good hand. Richard with the 6 deuce, going to play it like it's an ace. Robert with the king 8, going to play it like it's a king 9. Chuck with the 8 tray, going to play it like it's 8 tray.
Does Chris squeeze here? Or does he just make the call?
Chris
yep, he squeezed.
Does squeeze. $20. Andrew lets it go. Interesting. Probably would have called there if it were me, but.
Yeah, I hate folding pocket pairs. You're ahead pre-flop. Way too much.
Adrian says, yeah, he was working hard. Love that, man. Yeah, I was working hard, too. I had to finish my beverages in time.
Chuck coming
before
in
they got cold.
8-3 offsuit. Pre-flop.
Chuck knows what's up. Flopping almost a gutter ball.
If you're Chuck, you can always flop a boat.
That's
or
true.
Quads.
That's true. He has done that on many occasions so far tonight. Richard facing a bet from Chris now. Richard did make a pair. And he calls. Chuck decides not to get lucky on this one. He's going to save his luck for a bigger pot. There's a 10 right there on the turn. Ricky copping a feel of that jack.
Richard's almost strong, completely dead here. I think he just needs a 6 or 2. Looks like a bunch of 2s might be folded.
Now, even a 2 would not help. He definitely needs a 6. Chris already has 2 pair.
Look at that. There's a 10 right there. He's going to shove.
And he does shove. Richard does fold. And he's out of there.
2 pair is awesome.
2 pair is awesome until it's not. Man, I've lost so much money with 2 pair.
I've been playing this game on my phone called Balatro.
Oh, yeah.
It's a poker game, and I love 2 pair on there.
Maybe game of the year this year.
Oh, yeah, indie game of the year. It was awesome. I'm glad they won that. That's actually what made me get it. I had to know what it was about.
I think it's on sale on the Switch. I need to pick it up on the Switch. I've heard many good things about that. You can make your own combos. You can make your own hands.
Yeah, you can do. There's like 150 jokers, and they all do something completely different.
Got to catch them all.
Yep.
All right, Jack under the gun with the Queen 7 of spades. I gotta say, I am into it. Andrew with the ace deuce. Colin 2, I am into it. Richard with the Queen 6. You guessed it, I'm into it. Ricky's 10-8, Robert's 9-7, and Chris's Queen Jack. I am into it.
We got a little family pot.
Yeah, got 8 players here. Going into the flop, $16 in the middle. Ace Jack 4 coming out. Andrew with an ace.
Chris with a jack.
Jack with, well, his name is Jack. There's a 10 right there on the turn. Dalton with a pair of 10s now. Chris, straight draw. Same story for Dalton, I guess.
Yep.
Both players working on Broadway. Or off Broadway, maybe.
A queen would be very interesting on the river if Dalton and Chris both stay in.
Yeah.
I don't think Andrew's going anywhere with his ace, though.
Does have the best hand so far. King Queen gets there. Club draw is possible.
Ooh.
Wow, Andrew folds the best hand. Got to be afraid of even things like ace 4 when you have ace deuce.
Oh.
8 ways to a flop. You never know who's holding what. I think that was a good fold,
Yeah.
even though he folded the best
The
hand.
lowest kicker.
And Chris with the queen jack here. Check, check. That means Chris takes it down.
And Andrew's going to see he would have won, but still probably a good lay down in the long run.
I agree.
Something I've noticed with Joey is however many tip chips you throw him is how many times he'll say thank you. You throw him five once, he's going thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's a good one. Joey got jokes.
He is pretty funny. It's because you don't expect it. He's so quiet that when a joke comes out, it's like, oh, Joey got jokes.
And here we go, hand number 37. Going downtown right now. Going down. Kenny with the queen jack under the gun. Did he hold those from the last hand?
That's one way to always win. Ooh, Dalton picking up the king.
Dalton with the kings. The Cowboys are out. Ricky with the K9 got the schnauzer working for him. Kenny's queen jack probably not feeling so good after a raise to 16 and a 3-bet next to act, both out of the blinds.
Jack 3-bet. 9-10. Interesting.
Chuck with the 8-5. Not feeling lucky this time. He doesn't feel it. I get it. Sometimes you got to play the cards that you feel.
Is Dalton just gonna call here? Is he gonna 4-bet it?
Yeah, Dalton.
Try to kick Jack out.
Dalton raising again. Now these players have 3 and 4-bet into each other basically all night.
Dalton getting the better end of it for sure.
And then Jack shows, I stepped in it, buddy. Sorry about it. Dalton picking up a $208 pot right there. 58 in profit. Not too bad at all. Not too bad. So make sure to come out and see us tomorrow for that free roll tournament. Didn't hit the wrong button that time.
Wow.
Let's see here. Okay, we got free rolls on Mondays. We got free rolls on Fridays. They are 2 different structures. Which one do you like better, Dawson? Probably the Friday one.
I think I like the Friday one a little bit more. Because there was only 2 tables last Friday, and the price pool still got up to about 25. I think it was 2,500, just because all the rebuys. You got
That's the way to do it.
4 bullet rebuys.
Now, the Friday free roll is kind of a select your adventure. You can choose basically how much you want to buy in for. 0, 25, 50, 75, $100. And you can choose how much you want to rebuy for if it comes to that. As well, we have an add-on in the first break where you can choose how much you want to add on. 25, 50, 75, or 100. So pretty cool structure there. Basically a name your price option. It's almost like a game show before you even sit down at the table. And look at this, 3 kings out already.
Richard with the best of it.
Yeah, Richard with the best king.
Ace
Dalton
jack.
with the best jack. Chuck with the luckiest hand.
Jack here would be pretty interesting.
And Ricky trying to make something happen here. Jack with the suited king could be in trouble, but board is clubs instead of spades.
Kenny holding the clubs.
Kenny's got the clubs. And there is Mr. Daniel right there. Showing up right in time. We are still 6 ways to the turn here. Another club comes off, giving Kenny the check mark.
No one holding the ace of clubs.
Ace of clubs is not out. Kenny with the king of clubs. Chuck with the queen of clubs.
Kenny's going to check and let someone else rep the...
And Richard is repping $75 at a time. Ricky's out. Chuck facing a decision here. The queen of clubs. He does have a club draw. He's also got a... Well, no, he doesn't have a straight draw. He almost has a straight draw. But he does fold. Dalton with the ace-jack here. A pair of jacks on that flushy board. Good enough to call. Wow. Does not believe. Doesn't believe Richard, and for good reason. Kenny.
Some good money here. I raise here, 100%.
Kenny smooth calls.
And that's why I'm not at the table.
Kenny making the smooth call, building the pot, 315 in the middle.
He's got it locked down, but I imagine he's scared of the ace of clubs still.
And the river card is a 3. Does complete a couple of straights, but with those flush cards on the board. Wow, and Kenny just throwing out an all-in. Richard calls.
Richard about to get the bad news. Does not give him credit for the flush.
And Kenny that much closer to 1,000. Kenny scooping it in, one of the bigger pots of the night, all the way up to $819 in his stack now.
Does that make him our big winner right now?
So far, he is the big winner, up $419. Come on. So close. Andrew looks like second place, up 331. And Richard adding on another 100.
Yeah, I don't even blame Richard for not folding there. It's top king with no ace on the board. It's always good to look at. Hard to give someone credit for a straight or a flush, especially when he checked into him.
There we go, hand number 39. I believe this is the second to last hand. Everybody, thank you for checking us out. The very first 1-2 live stream in all of Texas, probably.
One of the live streams of all time?
It is one of the live streams of all time. Our intern, who normally does research for us on those types of claims, is off today. Out sick. So you'll just have to trust our research that we did not do to see if we were the first live stream of the new year.
Jack loves playing his button. He is always squeezing on the button. I don't think it matters what his hand is. If you got all those callers, he's
going for it.
Raise.
And raising to 30 with 4-3 offsuit.
Ricky, let's go with suited ace. Andre with a better suited ace. The spades.
Kenny with the queen jack, I think, is my favorite hand this time. Andrew, I see, has the ace queen suited. He's got the ace of spades. Should have gone all in. But for some reason, I got pulled towards the queen jack. Let's see what happens. Wow. Ooh. I am way wrong. There's a queen on the flop. Andrew pulls way ahead.
And Ricky folded his ace of clubs, suited ace of clubs. Gonna be upset to see another club.
Oh. There it is. There's the other club.
Look away, Ricky. Look away.
And Kenny with the jack high flush draw now. Andrew, $50 to call. Top pair. Also holding the pair of nines that are on the board. Richard getting out of there. Chuck, not feeling lucky on that blackboard with 2 red cards in his hand. Same story for Dalton. Jack, the pre-flop aggressor, gets out of there.
Looking for a club here.
Kenny gets it. I was right. What did I say? I know everything. I thought that Queen Jack was going to get there, and sure enough,
You did.
Flush. Getting there the hard way. Kenny even a little bit afraid to bet the Jack.
Yeah, it's hard to call anything when you're beat by a single card.
And we do appreciate everybody for checking out the live stream. I believe this is our last hand. Thank you so much for joining us. Teresa, you're correct. No Basil for the first time in a while. But he was with us in spirit and in chat, watching from North Korea. Thanks again, everybody, for watching us on this first live stream of the year. Hope you had a great time. Make sure to come check us out for that free roll tomorrow as well. We got tournaments this weekend, and we've got another free roll on Monday.
I'm feeling like Ricky's going to pick up this pot, the last pot here, this ace-jack.
Ricky's got it. I don't know.
King
Chris
10.
with the king 10. Dalton 6-4 is way out.
No one else holding the ace or jack yet, though. Richard also with king 10.
Another king 10, this time not suited.
There's just 1 king left by my calculations.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. I have confirmed there is 1 king left.
I want to see ace king on this flop.
Ace king on the flop. What a disgusting run out that would be. Let's see what we got. Joey brings out the ace.
Oh, there's a 10 instead of the king.
And both Richard and Chris have made second pair here with a pair of 10s.
Chris holding a very good flush draw. With the ace on the board, that's the best flush draw.
Ricky bets 20. Chris calls 20. Chris holding the nut flush draw. Richard, pair of 10s. There's a 5, an absolute blank on the turn. I could not think of a blanker card.
Gonna put some more money out. He's thinking. Yep, 45.
45 from Ricky with his pair of aces. Now he is best right now, but a club will change that.
I cannot call on these draws. My draws never ever hit. Chris is feeling lucky though. Richard likes his 10.
Richard really likes his 10.
A king here would be hilarious.
And it is a deuce of diamonds. No, a 3 of hearts. Also a blank. Though not the blankest blank after that 5. 2-4 gets there.
As long as no one makes Ricky fold, my prediction was right. And no one bets.
Wow. Couple of psychics here in the booth on this last hand of the night. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out. We had a good time. It was Thursday. It's the first Thursday of the new year, the first 1-2 game of the new year. We got Chris, the man behind the scenes, making everything happen. We got Dawson in the booth, and I'm George of the Jungle. Thanks for checking us out, everybody. We'll be back on Saturday. Make sure to come see us for our free roll tournament tomorrow. Dawson is the reigning champion, so you're going to want to dethrone him.